Welcome one and all to the Saturday Night Hydro League. Tonight we're in Columbia Park in Kennewick, Washington. It's Saturday, December 14th, a balmy 32 degrees. Here are your heat winners from earlier today. Today, Battle of the Brothers, DJ Miller and Quentin Miller, Tim Johnson and Matt Johnson, Peyton Hopp and Saxon Hopp, and we have Eddie Canfish. The boats are making their way out of the pits for the third final heat of the season. First out is Nicholas DJ Miller and the U75 Digital Convectioners presents Depth. This boat has won the first two races of the season so far. Excited to see what he's going to do today. Second out is Peyton Hopp in the U5 Graham Trucking. This is his first final heat of the season. It'll be interesting to see what this Hopp brother does today. Third out is Matt Johnson in the U10 Matt Johnson Designs. He's placed second in the previous final heat for this season. That's Matt 2T's Johnson-Designs.com. Fourth out, Tim Johnson in the U50 Miss Tri-Cities. He's been in all three final heats. Next out is Saxon Hopp in the U100 Miss Zenetics. He's made one other final heat this season. That was in Guntersville, Alabama. So this is his second appearance in a final. It'll be interesting to see what this Hopp brother does tonight. Next out, Quentin Miller in the U67 Miss Seattle Supersonics. He's DJ's brother. This is his first appearance in a final heat. We're going to see tonight if victories run in their blood. Last out is Eddie Canfish in the U1 Miss Lumar window film. He's the trailer boat tonight. This is his boat's third appearance in a final heat. First appearance as the trailer boat. And so the fight for lanes begins in this Battle of the Brothers with Eddie in the Lumar window film as the trailer boat. Just a reminder, the trailer boat must stay 5 seconds behind the start line at the beginning of the race. He can only move up if another boat wrecks before that 1 minute mark. Some other things to note as we begin the race is there's no speed limit. In some prior races you've attended, you might have seen drivers penalized if they go under 80 miles per hour, but that's not the case in this race. There is no speed limit as they fight for lanes. The exit of turn 1 is the 1 minute buoy. The rule there is you have to be behind that buoy at the 1 minute mark prior to the start. Other than that, they're fighting for lanes. Looks like the Miss Matt Johnson Designs and Miss Digital Confectioners Presents Depth boats are trolling, trying to secure lane 1. What you can't quite see on the screen at this moment is the Miss Seattle Supersonics is just ahead already in lane 1. Probably what these two guys are hoping for is the Miss Seattle Supersonics is early and we'll have to pull out and they can jump in there. We'll see what happens with that. Now we're on board with Matt Johnson. Looks like DJ Miller is slowly moving around him here. Ooh, he's sliding into lane 2. See what Matt Johnson does with this. like DJ is settling in there to lane 2. Matt's probably, yep, he's going to be forced out to lane 3. Now we're on board with Peyton Hopp in the U5 Graham Trucking. Looks like he's got a little bit different of a strategy. He's coming up the front stretch with quite a bit of speed. He's a little behind everyone, but he's probably likely hoping to leapfrog. We're counting down to that critical 1 minute mark as the boats close in on the 1 minute buoy. With all that speed, it looks like the Graham Trucking is slowing down, but the hometown boat, Miss Tri-Cities, is going to go for it. It's going to be close whether he's early, though. Oh, the 1 minute, just got word the 1 minute buoy is under review. At this point, the boats are trying to secure their lanes. Traffic is looking tight. There's actually 5 boats in there trying to converge on 4 lanes. Oh, we have contact. Miss Tri-Cities and Miss SNHL have hit, and they've hit again, and now they're kind of stuck together there. Miss Tri-Cities is kind of giving the Miss SNHL a ride. What's going to happen? Oh, Miss SNHL has actually flipped over and is out of the race now. As we come up to the start of the race here, it looks like we got the brothers all lined up. We have Quentin Miller in lane 1, DJ Miller in lane 2, Matt Johnson in lane 3, Tim Johnson in lane 4, Peyton Hopp in lane 5, and Saxon's looking pretty upset on the docks here as he had an untimely exit to the race. We have the Miss Sonics up front, looking slow. DJ and Tim are coming into the start with a lot of momentum. It's a clean start. That's a beautiful sight. 6 boats all lined up, including your trailer boat, Eddie Camfouche, with the beautiful city of Kennewick in the background. Looks like DJ's first into the corner. And he's the first out of the corner. The Miss Digital Confectioners Presents Depth Boat is starting right where he left off, out in front. Oh, DJ is flying that boat up the backstretch. It reminds me a lot of how Dave Bilbach would aggressively work that front wing. Remember, we do still have officials reviewing the 1 minute buoy and the accident before the start of the race. At the start of lap 2, we have DJ out in front, which is no big surprise. Tim in second, and Quentin Miller in third. I'm getting word now that Tim and the Miss Tri-Cities did jump the 1 minute buoy, so he will receive a 1 lap penalty. And as DJ Miller heads up the backstretch, he is no longer in first place. He has been penalized for causing the Miss SNHL wreck before the start of the race, and he has been disqualified. Those 2 penalties have shaken up the leaderboard. So now your leader is the U67 Miss Seattle Supersonics, driven by Quentin Miller. At the start of lap 3, you have Quentin in first place, Matt Johnson is in his usual second place slot, and the trailer boat driven by Eddie Camfouche in the Lumar is third place. That's Quentin there in lane 1. Tim is in lane 2 leading him, but remember he is 1 lap behind. On board with Peyton Hopp, who's trying to catch Eddie Camfouche, who's in third place. Peyton is absolutely flying the boat. He's hanging it out there. Whoa, take it easy, Peyton. At the start of lap 4, we still have Quentin Miller in first place, Matt Johnson still in his usual second place, and Eddie Camfouche in the Lumar window film in third place. Now we're on board with Peyton Hopp in the U5 Graham Trucking again. He is still driving that boat like he stole it. He wants third, and he's willing to drive on the edge to get it. I don't know how this boat is staying on the water. leader Quentin again. Remember, Tim Johnson on the outside is a lap down. Quentin appears to have an easy go of it this Saturday night. He's on a relaxing, easy like Sunday morning stroll around the Columbia River. At the start of your final lap, the lineup's still the same. We have Quentin Miller in first place in the Miss Seattle Supersonics. Matt Johnson is looking to go 3 for 3 on his second place finishes. He is still in his usual second place. And Eddie is holding off Peyton Hopp in the Lumar window film, staying in third place. Quentin Miller is making his way up the Pasco side of the Columbia River for the last time this race. If he can hold on, it will be his first race win. The Miss Seattle Supersonics is headed into the final turn. Matt Johnson is a rooster tail behind in second place. Quentin just needs to keep the boat off the buoys and finish the race. Quentin Miller is coming up to the finish line. Looks like he is gonna finish first. Matt Johnson in second. And Eddie barely beats Peyton for third. Peyton flew the boat across the finish line. It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Quentin Miller in the U67 Miss Seattle Supersonics is your 2019 Columbia Cup champion. Let's go back and look at those 2 penalties from before the race. This is the penalty on Tim Johnson at the 1-minute buoy. He was barely over. We're on board now with Saxon Hopp. Here's a look at how the accident looked from his perspective. To an aerial view that shows that there's a boats in lane 1 and 2. DJ Miller comes up and forces his boat into lane 2, which pushes the Miss Tri-Cities into Saxon Hopp and ends Saxon's night eventually, as we all know. And here are your final results for the 2019 SNHL Columbia Cup. Here's your top 15 boats and the national high points. That's it here from the Columbia River. There's a final shot of your winner, the Miss Seattle Supersonics, driven by Quentin Miller. Quentin, we'll see you next time in Kennewick under the Bernie tree. We'll see everyone else next week in Seattle, Washington.